Esther McVey isn't very bright, and in fact in the last Conservative government she was actually made Minister of Common Sense, which is quite a stretch considering her latest disgraceful act. On Twitter she's decided that the current smoking ban in beer gardens can be compared to the Holocaust. No, I'm not joking, she really did use a Holocaust awareness poem in reference to the smoking ban being proposed by the Labour government. Here's the tweet that she put out, the one that starts with "First they came." Now, I'm all for the smoking ban in beer gardens. I think it's a great idea. I'd like to take my family and my children for a meal and not have to worry about the kids inhaling somebody else's smoke. And bear in mind that this is only for tobacco, as far as I'm aware that it doesn't include vapes. So there's literally nothing good that comes from tobacco. I mean, you might get some certain health benefits from alcohol, but tobacco, absolutely nothing. So I don't understand the logic of supporting something that's going to kill the person doing it, and it's also going to kill people all around them with the second-hand smoke. I mean, it's madness. What's she going to support next? Speeding at 80 mile an hour zone outside of a school because it's their choice if they want to kill themselves and possibly people around them? So not only did she put out a poem that brings people attention to genocide, but then when it was pointed out to her how repulsive this is, she's so thick that she had to put out another tweet to explain why she wasn't being offensive. And on top of all that, she then appeared on Nick Ferrari's show, doubling down on her stupidity.
No, absolutely not. Yes, I quoted a poem which was about the Holocaust. Why? Because it conveys a very powerful, wider parable about the importance of standing up for other people's freedoms. And it was in that context I used it. So nobody is suggesting the banning of smoking outside pubs equated to what happened to the Jews in the hands of the Nazis. But it is an analogy that those who restrict freedoms start with what they see is an easier target, and then they expand their reach. So no offence was intended. It was about what I would say is a very powerful parable. And I have to tell you, this new socialist government should be sending shudders down people's spines, what they are doing.
But the poem known as First They Came, you know it does end with the extinction of the Jews.
And it is about, as we were taught, and I was taught in school and other people, it is a much more powerful parable than that, about how people can remove freedoms one by one. You might not agree with this, than taking away people's freedoms.
I get what you're saying. I really do, Esther. But you can't honestly say that the way they're treating pensioners is how they treated communists, or the way they're treating smokers.
No. You're falling into the same trap, Nick.
But that's
this
how
is
the
a
poem
much
spans
wider.
out, Esther.
No. This is about a parable. This is a parable, and it's about how people can slowly, incrementally remove freedoms. It's known as an analogy, and that's what it was. So no offence was intended. None was intended, and I certainly would never have meant that. But what I do want people to wake up to, and I mean this very, very seriously, is this socialist government we've got. Starmer.
I've known you for a long time. I know you wouldn't knowingly cause offence to any group or any people. You have here, accidentally. If you had your time over, would you have quoted this poem?
I have said, and I put out on a tweet, I won't be removing this tweet. I was
but
brought
then you're
up that
knowingly
this was
causing
a very
offence, Esther.
powerful.
But Esther,
no, and I apologise if I have made it caused any
indeed.
upset.
But why would you knowingly cause offence?
I never intended that.
But why would you knowingly?
Is,
Esther, that's my point. Knowing that you have, and I say again, I've known you forever, knowing that you have caused offence. By the way, I don't hold with it being repugnant. I think that's an overstretching of the case. Would you put it out again, knowing you'd cause offence?
I'd never knowingly want to cause offence, but I tell you what I won't be doing, Nick. This is a very, very powerful parable. And if I can't talk about a very powerful parable about removing freedoms, I think we need to be very, very careful about freedom of speech.
All right.
It's not the first time that she's done something rather stupid. In fact, she had a policy of removing people's rainbow lanyards, and you can see her mad idea in the video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.